Mm. Yeah, yeah. What up? What up? We are gonna press record. My hair's all crazy. Record. Record. Coding in process. Good morning. Hello, hello. Ah, Tuesday, April 15th. Mm-mm-mm. Here we are. Mm. How are we this morning, everyone? Good morning. My name is Coach Lacy. Welcome to Rise and Shine with Morning Moon. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified every time we go live in the morning for Rise and Shine, Monday through Friday, here on YouTube at Wellness with Watson. You can also find me on Facebook at Rise and Shine with Morning Moon, where you can anchor into your wellness foundations in the foundational anchoring in checklist in the pinned comments of the group. If you'd like to have a physical copy of the checklist and check in with your seasonal circle of life, download the release guide from my website, www.lacyjwatson.com. Good morning. It is only Tuesday. Woo! And I woke up feeling a little just sluggish this morning. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm in a great mood. I'm just like kind of tired, a little tired out here. And we've been doing a lot over here at Morning Moon. My husband and I run a digital media coaching and consulting agency, and we also do some mercantile stuff. I make freshies and now doing a couple other things. And so we're just been very busy, and he's battling some health things. And let me tell you what, having a lot of appointments and things to deal with just ends up being a lot. So it's overwhelming, and I kind of want to talk about that today. It's not an emotional heaviness, but it's just like a heaviness, like a sluggishness, like physically and mentally tired. And I know that if you are a business owner, a business professional, or battling chronic illness, you understand where I'm coming from. That it's just like this tiredness, this kind of tired that just doesn't really go away with sleep. The kind of tired that feels like you're just wading through mud in a swamp with bricks strapped to your ankles. Anybody else out there have felt that moment? And it's not always the overwhelm of the to-do. It can sometimes be something like hormonal, like cortisol levels, you know? So today I really just want to talk about that and give some tangible and logical solutions to the overwhelm, to the fatigue, to the grind, to the tired, because we're all feeling it. And, the burnout of life, the never ending to-do list, it just seems to multiply like rabbits the second you cross off a task. I've got a million lists. I keep myself grounded with lists. I have lists on my phone. I have lists in my planner. I have a notebook that I keep lists in. I have my calendar. I have all sorts of tools. And some days I just look around and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am nuts. Is it just me? Am I the only one that is just drowning in the sea of to do? Just between keeping everything going from being a business owner. We have handmade products that I have to keep up my inventory each time we go to market, making sure the family is going, the house is clean. Um, you know, Texts I forget to respond to, emails that I've written that I need to send. Just the emotional weight of life itself, groceries, cooking, meal planning, getting my own anchoring in and having my own wellness foundations fulfilled, movement, bills, making sure my bills and my taxes, today's tax day, making sure our taxes is done and getting shook by a huge tax bill that you're like, and having to file extensions, all those things, Ooh, it's a lot. It's a lot. And having family stuff and having, people expecting things from you. And sometimes you're not always meeting those expectations for yourself or others, and it just feels like you treading water, or you're swimming upstream. And if you are over here like, yes, and you're nodding, you're like, yeah, that's me. I feel it. I feel it. You need to know that you are not alone. I feel it too, and we are all just, rowing together here. We're rowing together, and we're going up that mountain, and right now we are going up the canoe in the mountain, and we got our backpack, and we're going. We're going. Sometimes climbing the mountain is not always straightforward. Sometimes you gotta hop in the canoe and tread together, and Mm. But the thing that I've learned about all of this, about the overwhelm and the burnout and just feeling like life is a lot. Life likes to life, man. Life really likes to life. Things just happen, like in my life, things just happen. There's just always things that go on and happen, and like the unexpected, the suddenlies. I talk about the suddenlies. That's why I have my controllables and the anchoring in and the wellness foundations, because the suddenlies happen. And when the suddenlies happen and chaos ensues and emotional upsets happen, that doesn't mean everything stops. You're not stopping your business. You're not stopping dinner. You're not stopping cleaning. You're not stopping all the things that you have to do. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you take a pause and you're like, I can't even right now. But the thing that I've learned is that when life starts to feel like too much and the plane is starting to kind of go off course and I'm starting to crash, it's because I'm trying to do everything all at once from a place of fear and depletion rather than a place of intention and empowerment. And so the one thing that I can say that has saved me every single time, and you're going to hear me say this over and over again, is anchoring into my wellness foundations. This is where it is essential. This is why anchoring in is everything. It's everything. It's everything. It's what sets the vibe. Like, it's what sets the frequency. Anchoring into your foundations is how you set the frequency. Everybody wonders, how do you manifest your desires, or how do you raise your vibration? How do you set the frequency? It's all about anchoring in. It's all about wellness foundation. It's always about the foundation. It's always mastery starts from a place of mastering the small things, doing the things that you'd fail to do otherwise. Doing those little things adds up to big things, always. And, anchoring in every day isn't going to fix your to-do list immediately, but it recenters you and it helps you to get control of the controllables so that you can stop letting the list own you and own your nervous system, because that list will own you. That list of things to do, it will own you if you do not anchor in and have a solid foundation on which you can stand on so that you can show up in the way that is fruitful for your life. If you are not anchoring in every day and you're leaving your day to chance and chaos, and you're just going off in your day, and you don't really have a plan, and you don't really have um a set foundations of things that you do every day to keep you moving and healthy and keep you foundationally stronger, you 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 will fall to burnout. And it's not going to fix everything, but it just really centers you, and it so that you stop letting those fires, control everything and ruin chaos. And then you're sitting there like the little dog going, this is fine, and with the house burning around you. And that meme, there's that meme of the dog, and he's sitting in the chair and the house is burning around him, and he's like, this is fine. And that's what happens to us if we don't have a foundation to stand on and have the hose and put it out, because if we have the foundation, we already know. So it's coming from a place of empowerment rather than a place of depletion. And it reminds us that we don't have to do everything all at once. We don't have to do it all perfectly. We don't have to do things in a way that doesn't align with what we need. We are allowed to rest. And even when things aren't done, we can take a break and pull back and gain some perspective. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is nothing, and just take a rest and gain perspective. Not to say doing nothing every day, all the time, but doing nothing, having a doing nothing day where you just do nothing. That's just intentionally chilling. And, if you go for a walk, you go for a walk, but it's not scheduled. That, to unplug and ignore those nagging feelings in the, to-do list, and just sitting with your coffee and taking a nap and, writing a list only if you feel like doing that. It helps you, but not to like punish yourself. you know um we're just not designed to run like a machine. And I am especially guilty of this, of going and going and going and going. I don't know that I ever am not working, like, and that's not good. And today is my reminder to take a break. And like, I don't, like, I think I took a day of nothing like a month ago, maybe. And even then I was doing stuff. And so I am guilty as much as anybody of not taking a break. I'm not, I'm in human design, I'm a generator, and so I can just go and go and go and go and go and go. And it's very rare that I hit a point of feeling like it's too much and burnout. But it happens. It happens. And that's when I know I need to just unplug and take a minute. Just take a minute. We are not machines, and it's not, my nervous system is not, your nervous system is not designed to be that way. It's sacred, so we need to treat it like it's sacred. We only have this one life, so we don't want to do it just work, 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 on the grind, on the grind, on the grind, on the grind. But sometimes burnout, it feels physical, and you can really feel like, oh, there have been times in my life where my cortisol was low and I physically felt like I was just like physically depleted and I could not do a thing. And that's real. And if you are experiencing like energy crashes mid-morning or early afternoon, it could be that your adrenal glands need a little assistance, and they're over here waving a little white flag going, hey, help me. Excuse me. I'm depleted. I need some cortisol. So that's a hormone, and that's your endocrine system. And so a few things that you can do to help that is to, implement some supplements, some nutraceuticals, things like B complex, vitamin C, those things that support adrenal function and energy. I really like adaptogens. My favorite one is Adrenal Support by Vital Nutrients. It has rhodiola, licorice root. It has a couple other herbs, gotu kola, I believe. It has a couple other herbs in it that I think it actually has adrenal gland, bovine adrenal gland too, in it that help to reset and replenish your cortisol. And so I really like that one. But of course, you always want to consult your primary care physician, your naturopathic primary care physician, if you have any other underlying conditions. But Adrenal Support by Vital Nutrients is a very great way to help boost that. So adaptogen herbs, things like ashwagandha, rhodiola, holy basil, those things help with, and gotu kola. Those things help with supporting your adrenal glands and your cortisol. Magnesium. Magnesium is a great way to support your nervous system if you have magnesium glycinate specifically for muscular recovery and nervous system recovery. Make sure to drink your electrolytes and that sort of thing so that you are having the proper amount of hydration and replenishment. And make sure to check your sleep hygiene, because supplements help, but lifestyle is your foundation. So if you're not sleeping, you're not eating properly, and you're not hydrated, those things are really going to affect you overall. So that's why, again, anchoring into the wellness foundations, making sure you're getting your water, making sure that you're getting enough rest, making sure that you are moving your body, eating nourishing foods that have nutrients in them, that have a high density nutrient profile. And if you have underlying gastrointestinal illness, you want to make sure that you're addressing that so that you're able to absorb those nutrients in your body, so that you are getting the proper nutrition you need, so that you are able to function properly and have cortisol and all those things. So make sure that you're checking into your foundations, and it's okay for you to say no, to doing something. If you're feeling overwhelmed or burned out, just know that it's okay to say no to one thing, and it's okay to put your phone down and not be on social media constantly, and, go outside, enjoy the sunshine, go outside, and make sure to be hydrated, drink your water, and not, get some electrolytes, not the kind from the store, not like Gatorade, but get electrolytes, not Propel. That's not a good one, but a really good one is LMNT. You find that at like health food stores. Get a high quality electrolyte. And if all else fails, get some Celtic sea salt, and take deep breaths. Some deep breaths. Breathe, guys. Good to breathe in your nose, out your mouth, big, slow, awkward belly breaths, the kind that you don't like to take. No one's watching you. Maybe your dog, maybe your dog's watching you. Just take some breaths, and make sure to check in where your mind's at. How are you framing things? Make sure that you are being healthy in the way that you're framing certain things, instead of saying, I have to do this. Oh, I have to go work out. Oh, I have to clean my house. Oh, I have to, do this for my business. Oh, I have to go to this appointment. Instead of saying, I have to, I get to go move my body. I get to go to the gym today. I get to clean my beautiful home that I'm blessed to live in. Even if you feel like you don't particularly like where you live. I had a revelation this last week that I made a few changes in my home and added a few things and took away a few things and made some shifts, and found that this little place is actually quite perfect for my husband and dog and I, if it's furnished correctly and have taking out clutter. So, reframe things. I get to clean a home I'm blessed to live in. I get to run a business that I love, that's mine. I get to go to this appointment and have my health taken care of, or I get to have answers, or I get to help somebody. I get to show up even if I don't feel like it, and even if it's messy. You're not punished by life. You're not punished by having to do things. We get to do things. Life is not a punishment. So just take a deep breath. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day. We're only human, and we're doing better than we think. So today, just anchor in to your wellness foundations. And if that mountain feels really just too high to climb and you just don't feel like doing it today, that's okay. Put on your cozy socks and take one small step and anchor in and take a deep breath, journal, read, chill, take a nap. Naps are good. Go out in the sunshine. Just enjoy yourself. Just enjoy yourself. Do something nice. Okay? Just get into the calm. Just be chill, man, and don't uh embrace the chaos. You know, Try to just embrace the calm. And if you find yourself in a season of chaos, just take a deep breath. Be still. Know you're not alone. There's a divine design and calling on your life. This too shall pass. It is a lesson to be learned, whatever it is. Find the lesson, find the glimmer, and rise and shine. Anchor in, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Get some rest. If you can't get some rest today, plan a rest day for yourself for the future. Have a wonderful and holy, holy day, because today is Holy Week.